because it was a good mix of the local elected officials and patients, and people had been briefed ahead of time to be brief. That was so powerful to have so many people, one after another, really fast, and to be able to say their message in a minute was just great. And it was good that the elected officials heard from the patients and heard the people in the audience, and it kind of reinforces their position, I think, to see this wonderful response. And it's good for us to hear that the elected officials, the ones that were there, believe the way they do.
Happy birthday to member one.
Nice the way they object to Obama. Each one of them, too. I thought that was cool. Call them out.
Okay. Yes, sir?
In response to the gentleman's question about how do we focus get the attention of the people, on a crisis system, every time they bust you, demand a trial by a jury. You don't plea bargain, you don't do anything. You just demand a trial. And they've got to guarantee you, what is it, 90 days? Yep. They have to guarantee you a trial by 90 days, right? If not, they've got to drop the charges. So rather than going, if they want to bust you for possession, okay, fine, I want a trial by jury of my peers. No, I'm not waiving anything. Okay? You've got to give me that. If they have to start, dropping cases, it's going to get out.
This is a proven fact.
Good point. Jury side.
Sir, you have a very good point. I hold the record in the state of California for the most felony dismissals surrounding marijuana. I agree with you 100%. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to count the recommendations. We are protected in court by 215. We are not immune to arrest. We're not immune to getting our properties confiscated. And if you stand up with your card in court, the judge has to rule in your favor. You make sure that your card's up to date and valid. And beyond that, you have to leave it up to the judges. So you abide by the rules, and you'll come out in the end okay.
Not enough people.
Albert?
Not enough people in crisis. Everybody did.
Yeah, the organization NICE, the National Institute of Health and Clinical Excellence. There's a new product, GW Pharmaceuticals. It's going global in 2012, called Sativix, and it's basically a tincture. It's got alcohol.
Tinker.
Okay. Well, what they say here about the rescheduling is that the ACMD took advice from the advisory from the organization NICE on how to reschedule, but they're not giving the details. I think we need to look into this. There's already product from pharmaceuticals trying to bring in, but when they bring that in, then they're going to reschedule it, when pharmaceutical has control.
And not only that, there's a patent that the U.S. Department of Health has in their possession. It's number 6,630,507. That's 630,507. Google it. What it says is they have the property rights to using THC, CBD, any synthetic cannabinoid listed in that study for the treatment of HIV, dementia, Alzheimer's disease, diseases they claim have no cure, and medications for which are laughable. And so the introduction of Sativex will be flawless. It will happen sometime around 2013. And it will threaten the medical cannabis community if this continues. So we need to draw attention to the conspiracy in front of us and name it for what it is.
Remember the entourage effect. We are benefiting from not just THC, CBD, but all the other cannabinoids. There are about 60 cannabinoids, 421 total compounds in the plant. The fragrance molecules, the terpenes, affect how cannabis affects us. So for the scientists to think that just because they know a little bit about two of the chemicals means they understand how the whole plant works and helps us is crazy.
it's an important thing to keep in mind that one of the most beautiful things about Prop 215 is the right to grow your own medicine.
Oh, yeah.
The second they try to write that out of a law, you know it's a bad law. You got to keep it in there. You got to fight to keep it in there. You know, because I mean, I work at a dispensary. I'm glad they're there. They have their purpose, and I'm really proud to be part of it. But I'm also really proud of the people that can provide for themselves and are able and physically able and mentally able to do it. And that's the beautiful thing about it is, the dispensary system is there for the people that need it. The farms are there, the gardens are there for the people to provide for themselves.
Okay, we're going to move on now. Okay, you'll have to wait, Juicy, please.
I'll bring you the greatest
Juicy, we have to move on, please.
But you got to hear this.
Please sit down. Save it for open comment, please. Juicy, I'm asking you. Please sit down. Juicy, thank you. Okay, Michael is now going to do Science Corner. I'm going to give away a couple of prizes after Science Corner.
Right. All right. Listen up. We are just talking about the cannabinoids. This is an article that just came out on the cannabinoids and HIV disease. I'm particularly glad of this because I have HIV disease, and it's one of the reasons that why I use cannabis.
Yeah.
The article goes on to state the activation of specific endogenous, meaning natural to the body, cannabinoid receptors moderates the progression of the HIV virus according to a preclinical data published in the journal PLOS online. If you go to that PLOS, you'll find the study. Investigators at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York, a school of medicine, assessed whether the administration of a selective cannabinoid against, let me back up. A selective cannabinoid agonist could regulate HIV-1 ineffectively. And then the researchers reported that the activation of the CB2 receptor inhibits the HIV infection in culture. Now this is only in culture. This is not in the human body yet. So this is still preliminary research. The authors concluded, quote, the clinical use of selective CB2 agonists in the treatment of HIV symptoms may also exert beneficial adjunctive antiviral effects in late stages of HIV-1 infection. Last year, the investigators in Louisiana at the University Science Center reported that long-term administration of Delta-9 THC, the primary psychoactive compound in cannabis, is associated with decreased mortalities in monkeys with the simian SIV virus, a primate model for HIV disease. And then writing in the AIDS Research and Human Retrovirus Journal, the authors of the study concluded, quote, contrary to what we expected, Delta-9 THC treatment clearly did not increase disease progression and indeed resulted in generalized attenuation of classic markers of SIV disease. These results indicate that the chronic Delta-9 THC does not increase the viral load or aggravate morbidity and may actually ameliorate SIV disease progression. Separate trials in human subjects had previously documented that the short-term inhalation of cannabis does not adversely impact viral loads of HIV patients and may even improve immune function. So there is research going on. It continues. There's small steps, but eventually I think we're going to get there.
We're going to move on to announcements, but I want to give away a couple of prizes. I have this fabulous HopeNet T-shirt. Who would like a HopeNet T-shirt? Okay. Who can tell me the bill that would make a positive test for cannabinoids a DUI offense? What's the name of that bill number? Who can tell me?
225.
252. Nope.
All right, 2252. Come up and get it.
Sorry, Bill.
You missed the two.
I
have 2 pairs. I'm going to give them together, a pair of black and white workout shorts with the green door logo on it. Okay?
Give 1 to 1.
Okay? What bill would require you to get a medical marijuana state ID card? Who can tell me that bill? All right, come up and get that. And for the big kahuna, I have a big prize here. This is a hoodie from Grassroots. A nice one. I think it's a medium or a large. Michael, can you tell me? Medium or large? Let's see. It's a small, but it looks pretty big. All right.
Yeah, it looks big.
Who's our DA in San Francisco who changed his mind? Hands, please. Albert,
George Gascal.
come on up and get it. Congratulations. All right. Couple of quick announcements. Please see Mike Whitty about Deep Green on April 21st. He'll be at the Craneway Pavilion in Richmond, California. He'll hand them out now. There's an ASA. Please don't talk now until we get done. Thank you. Then we'll turn on the fans so we can medicate. ASA Legal Seminar, Thursday, April 5th. Joel Ford. If you're up in Sonoma, check out. I have sheets about it up here. You can find out about it, okay? And the last thing is that there's a Patients Out of Time conference. It's the 7th National Clinical Conference on Cannabis Therapeutics, April 26th to 28th at the Los Ventana Canyon Resort in Tucson, Arizona. I'm going to give the special announcement for the next ASA meeting. We have 2 really cool guests who are going to speak on Tuesday, April 17th. First, we're going to have noted cultivator, marijuana activist, pioneer, Ed Rosenthal. And Quentin Mickey, who is the speaker today at our rally for Assemblyman Tom Amiano. He's his chief of staff. He's going to speak about the Medical Marijuana Taxation Regulation Control Act. It's going to be now a piece of legislation, AB 2312-2312 by Amiano. It will mirror the initiative we talked about that unfortunately we didn't get enough funding for to put on the ballot. It's very close to the original initiative, and it will give us sensible regulations in California, and it will cap the taxes on cannabis at 5%, no more. 2.5% from the state automatically, and an optional 2.5% from local communities. And if a community has a higher tax, it has to be throttled back to no more than 2.5%. And all the money goes to us.
Yes.
All the money goes to us.
Yes.
It goes to promoting the program and funding research and funding low-income programs within the medical cannabis community. Only the fines for violation of the law would go into the general fund. Okay? So, Quentin will speak about the bill. We can't get Amiano on Tuesdays because he's always in Sacramento voting on issues on Tuesdays. But his top chief of staff will come and give us a complete rundown on the bill, and hopefully we will endorse this legislation. I hope we do. So, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Now we'll do open comment. We ask you to speak no more than 2 minutes, and we will be ruthless about that. And then we'll turn on the fans, we'll medicate, and we'll close up. So come on up, 2 minutes, and we'll put the chairs away.
I just want to ask, you mentioned the case about a delivery driver where it was said that transportation is okay. What was the name of that case?
The Colvin case.
Colva?
Colvin.
C-O-L-V-I-N.
Thank you.
Colvin.
Don't leave.
Got it.
Please
be quiet while people are speaking.
2 minutes, I'm going to give you some great information. Today there was a couple there, scientists from Israel. Him and his wife and family, we talked and took pictures. In Israel, they have got medical marijuana down to a milliliter. They can give you a shot of milliliters. And they got it there. So more people in America are going to be getting their cannabis as a shot. But they still got to have cannabis. That's good. That's another choice we got. And if you ever travel, like I traveled through New Mexico, your letter is more important than any card if you leave the state. They only will honor your letter from your doctor. They can tell you they don't have to accept your card. They counterfeit. So you want to always have a letter along